All right, all right. Letting some more people in here. Okay. Welcome to the June 17th, Wednesday, 15-minute superpower training Zoom. All right, guys, jump in the chat here. I've got a question for you. Still letting some people in. Got a question. Let's get this question answered. What do you think, or for you, for that matter, or what do you think most people think is the most difficult thing about network marketing? What do you think's the most difficult thing about network marketing? I'm just curious what you guys think about that. Would the most difficult thing about network marketing be prospecting? Would it be knowing what to say? Would it be closing? Would it be generating list leads? What do you think's the most difficult thing? Sue says what to say. All right. I think a lot of people struggle with what to say. Oh, Dave Obelmeyer says consistent. So on the what to say, um, one really great tip with regards to what to say is to learn how to ask the best questions, and the what to say will happen automatically. If you ask really great questions and you're a good listener, the what to say, you'll figure it out. Eric said, getting over your fears. Yeah, a lot of people are afraid, right? But what are they afraid of? Like, it's funny because it's like, are we afraid someone's going to tell us no? What is it? All right, so let me move on here. So this might be what's delaying your success. We're going to cover it tonight. And it starts with this video. Let me switch over real quick. Switch my screen share. You guys are going to like this. Our friend, Todd Falcone, been doing network marketing for, I don't know, 37 years, something crazy like that. It's practically all he's ever done his whole entire life, besides some of those regular jobs starting out. But take a listen to this video and then I'll be back with you.
All right, this one might surprise you. Like, what the hardest thing about winning in network marketing? It's not, okay, we're getting rid of my fear of prospecting. It's not, coming up with the lead list. It's not, how do I, attract people on social media? I'll tell you what the hardest thing is. And I've been doing this, I don't want to say forever, but pretty close to forever. It's been a long, long time. And so this is not some random guess. The hardest thing about winning in network marketing, and it's the same thing with being an entrepreneur, quite frankly, in anything, is okay, being self employed. Like we all think it's so cool, man. Yeah, I can be self employed. I don't have to, I got no boss. I don't have to, whatever you talk to the man. I don't have to deal with that. I don't have to ask to go pee. I don't have to go ask for, what do they call it? PTO, paid time off. I don't, none of that. The hardest thing about being a network marketer, being self-employed, is being self-employed. It's like we think it's like this fantasy. And look, when you get it going right as an entrepreneur, when you get things grooving and business is good, man, I mean it's great. There's truly, in my opinion, nothing better, specifically in that, like, I mean, being an entrepreneur is super cool, but being involved in network marketing, this beautiful business model that contains the mechanics of wealth, which is leverage, being able to earn income on the efforts of other people, which, by the way, is pretty much every business out there. I mean, think about it. Home Depot, Costco, Jack of the whoever it is, doesn't matter who it is. The person at the top who has the all the employees working underneath them, they are earning income on the efforts of all of those people. The biggest difference is we don't have to hire anybody. So it's not about, I don't have to deal with insurance. I don't have to deal with, I don't all this stuff, rental, having to rent the place or buy a building, cost of goods sold. I mean, the cool thing about network marketing is you can just sign up for 50 bucks, 100 bucks, 500 bucks, whatever it is, and then get to work. But again, the hardest thing is this idea of being self-employed. And it's a beautiful thing, but it's literally the hardest thing you're going to have to work through is like going from, whatever you were doing up until now, when you finally got introduced to the direct sales space and you're like, man, this is cool. I can have residual income. I can have this side hustle for now and build this business, and I can share this product, and I can make a retail profit from that. And I can, recruit people and build a sales team of other people that are recruiting and bringing in customers. And I get a little chunk of all that. I mean, that's pretty awesome. And it truly is awesome. But that whole adjustment, man, of moving from working for someone else to like doing it all on your own is a stretch for a lot of people. It's hard. And I mean, like some people adapt very quickly, but a lot of people don't adapt very quickly. And I think a lot of it has to do, like I started really young. I mean, I was 22 when I started. So, I mean, my jobs up until that point were like throwing a paper route, Jack in the Box, McDonald's, parking cars at Kelly's restaurant, 3 months selling women's shoes. And I worked in the back of a kitchen for about a month until the guy didn't pay me. So that was my life experience. And then I found my way into network marketing. And so I didn't have like 20-year or 30-year work history or anything like that to then segue into this new thing. So for me, the transition, although it was financially difficult, uh, was not hard for me to go get to work. So this idea that network marketing is for everybody, it just isn't, you guys. It's not. Um, like, and I'm tired of hearing people, oh, anybody can do network marketing. It's for everybody. Yeah, I mean, it's a level playing field. Doesn't matter what your education is, what your background is. Doesn't matter. All those things don't matter. But like I said, in terms of education or the family you grow up in or your upbringing, but it has to do with what you bring to the table, what you bring in terms of, assertiveness, being a self-starter, having desire, having motivation, having, there's qualities that need to come into play. Otherwise, you ain't going to win here. Because here's the thing, like if we look at the way everybody was raised, and I do mean, I'll just say the majority. You're born and your parents like keep you alive for a couple of years and so you don't choke yourself or bump into a piece of furniture or stick your finger in the socket or choke on your food. And they're watching over you and they're taking care of you and they're raising you. And then, and they're like, don't play with matches or whatever the stuff is, right? I never listened to that one. I got in trouble for playing with matches when I was a young kid. I'll never forget the dad brought the belt out and snapped the belt. Can't do that anymore, apparently, but straighten me out, that's for sure. And then, so your parents are watching over you and they're keeping you, in line. And then you go to school and then the teacher is keeping you in line and, no talking in the classroom or quiet down back there or, wake up or whatever. They're doing, the thing that they do and they're keeping us in a line. And then you go get your first job and you learn that you have to show up at a time and you have to do something during that window of time and then you check out or punch out and there are expectations. And then if you don't deliver on those expectations, like supposed to start at 9 and you don't show up till 10:30, how many times is that going to happen before they just go find somebody else who will? And then you find yourself here in the network marketing space. And it's like I'm at home around all my home surroundings. There's nobody to punch me in or punch me out. There's no boss telling me what to do, when to show up, and it's all beautiful, man. I mean, it's great. But it's so easy to be distracted. It's so easy to go lay on the couch and watch reruns of MASH or go in the kitchen and make yourself a sandwich, or man, it's spring cleaning time, I should go clean out the garage, or because what happens is, and I've trained on this for like 2 decades, there is what people look at is like there's no consequence. There's no consequence to your actions, but there really is consequence. The thing is, you don't see it the way you would see it in a job. Like if you pulled the no-show thing at work for, 2 days in a row, I mean, try it. Do go ahead and do it. Like if you work for somebody right now, go on Monday and you're supposed, let's say you had a 9 to 5 and you work Monday through Friday. Next, even tomorrow, whatever day you're watching this video, I don't care. Just the next day don't go into work. And don't call in sick. Don't use a vacation day. Just straight no show. Just like pull a no show. And then the next day, pull another no show. And you probably won't get to day 3 if you got a good employer. By the time you get to day 3, they're going to be like, and then you show up at day 4 and they're like, "What's up?" And you're like, we don't need you anymore." I'm like, "How, why? What'd I do?" "Dude, you didn't show up for 3 days. Like, we never heard from you. Like, we thought we were worried about you, but now we found somebody else to replace you." See, there are consequences. But here, what people do is they justify, and they're like, "Well, I haven't really made any money yet, or I'm not making much yet, or I just got started. What's another day? What's another day? I'll just put it off until tomorrow." And so they don't feel that immediate consequence. Like, that's an immediate consequence. Your full-time job that you're, right now using to pay for whatever rent and overhead and food and all of that is you need it. You need to have that money coming in, and like, oh man, if I lost my job, like, and most people, if they lost their job, like, I mean, they could be out on the streets like in 90 days. I mean, even people that make 50, 80, 100 grand a year, they're so tight financially, the way they run their household, that, I mean, 90 days with no money, they're like in desperate, so they'll show up for something they don't even like very much. They might even hate their job. Not many. I mean, some people hate their jobs. Not everybody does. But they might be like, they bitch and moan, complain, come home. First thing they do is crack a cocktail and try to get, drink the pain of working that day away. And then they get up and they go do it again and again and again and again. But you got this cool network marketing, that business that could set you free. And then you're sitting on it and you're not doing anything with it because you're like, yeah, what's the big deal? I mean, it's not like I'm making anything yet. And so, because the consequence is not so immediate and dire and real, people will justify to themselves, and they will not be personally reliable for their actions. Like, my question to you would be, like, and this is a very valid question to ask yourself. If you were to ask yourself this question, would you hire you or fire you? Like, in terms of what you're doing in your network marketing business, if you were to ask yourself, and I would ask yourself, "Hey, Todd, would you hire you?" For me, I'm like, heck yeah, I'd hire me, like 7 days a week. Let's go, baby, because of how I show up. But so many networkers I know, they're like, they don't hardly do nothing. And they're wondering why, it's not working. And it's like, then they're here and then they kind of vanish and they disappear. "Oh, network marketing didn't work." No, dude, you didn't even work network marketing. I'm so sick of the people that say network marketing doesn't work when the truth is they never worked network marketing. So the hardest thing, you guys, the hardest thing is learning to be self-employed, learning to build rules into a venture that doesn't really have any rules. It's kind of a free-for-all, man. You can lay all day on the couch. You can work your face off. You can do something in between. Nobody's calling you. Nobody's, like, your sponsor ain't going to call you. Start no showing for long enough, they're going to go find somebody else who is. And so that is a struggle for a lot of people. So my question to you is, what are you going to do about it? Are you going to just decide today, okay, I'm going to do something different? You could. A lot of people, they don't, and they haven't, and they never will. And that's unfortunate. It's one of the reasons why, like 17 years ago, I started running accountability programs. I ran something, if you follow me for any period of time, you're probably familiar with it. I ran something called A-Team. The A stands for accountability. I ran that thing for 17 years straight. 17 years, every single quarter, 90 days, let's go. 90 days, let's go. With the whole idea of getting people into action. And there are consequences for no-shows. There are consequences for not for not doing the work. And so what I learned to do is build consequences into something where there's no perceived consequences. And the way I look at it, and this is something for you, is I would look at it like, your job, for example. Your job, if you don't show up for your job, you know what the consequence is. It's like, I'm losing my primary source of income, the thing that's paying the bills. But you look at this, and you're like, well, what's the big deal? Well, you're not losing out on a day's wages if you put off today. If you put it off another day, it's not like I'll start the next day. You're not losing out on a day and then the next day. What you are losing out on is the compound effect of those daily efforts over time. And each day that you put it off, you're getting further and further behind with a multiplier attached to it because you don't have a crystal ball. No one can do this. Nobody has the ability to predict the future as far as what could happen or what would happen if you put in the work and then that began to replicate and compound on itself over a period of time. Like most people are so accustomed to work, get paid, work, get paid, work, get paid. Here, it's like you're putting in the work, and it's like this snowball, this building effect that over time begins to expand and grow. But the longer you wait, the longer it's going to take time for that compounding effect. Like if you look at like compounding, like the whole concept of compound.
All right, all right. So let me switch my screen share real quick. Go back. So here's the question. Would you hire yourself or fire yourself? So while you're thinking about that, I'm going to tell you some of the key takeaways with Todd's video. One is the consequence of you treating your business differently than you would if it was a job that paid all your bills. The consequence, I believe, is that you're stealing time from yourself because ultimately, when we're successful in network marketing, we get way more than money. We get our time back. The leverage Todd was talking about, that leverage, that's what enables you to make money when you're sleeping, when you're going to the bathroom, when you're taking a shower, when you're spending time with your kids or grandkids, or not missing those amazing family moments, those vacations, whatever it is, flying on an airplane, floating on a boat, fishing, whatever. You're making money while you're doing all of those things. You can't do any of those things at your job and make money, right? Because you're either at your job or you're at the family event, one or the other. And if you're not at your job, you don't make money. So the real consequence is the most precious commodity all of us have, and that's time. We get to the end of our life, the only regret we're going to have is the time we lost. I don't think that any of us are going to be thinking about our best day at our job, right? Our our uh our time is just way more valuable. So would you hire yourself or fire yourself? And you know what? It's nobody's business. It's no one's it's just you. It's just you. You guys, you get to decide what you do or don't do. But I'll tell you this, after having experienced what Cynthia and I have experienced in network marketing, that's heartbreaking for us, for the people that don't show up for themselves, because we know what they're missing. We know what they're giving away, right? So look, you got to teach this stuff to your teams. It's not just enough to internalize these types of trainings. You got to expand it, right? You've got to teach it to other people. That's the next level. What else I want to cover real quick with you guys? I Here's what I would do if I were you and you're struggling with any of this. Find an accountability buddy, accountability partner, just somebody that you can check in with on a regular basis, whether it's daily, 3 times a week, 2 times a week, whatever, but be consistent, right? Just get an accountability buddy. The other thing, if you look on Facebook in the Biz Builder group and you look in the WhatsApp, and I'll have to go back and find it in WhatsApp and post it again, but we have a 30-day accountability calendar basically that you just mark it, right? Did you do or not do what you know you should have done that day? And you just mark it for 30 days. And then you can look back. Because if you have a really good month or a really bad month, you can always look back at your calendar and know why. Always. That hindsight of the calendar is always number one. And then here's the other thing. This is the thing that you hear probably Cynthia and I talk about more than anything else is your rate of success or speed of success or success in general is completely dependent on your rate of exposure. What does that mean? New people finding out about your product or service, right? In our case, the super patch technology, brand new people. That means your personal rate of exposure plus your team's rate of exposure equals your speed of success, right? So once you have a team, now you've leveraged your exposure rate. That's where the real magic from network marketing happens. So that's it, you guys, for June 17th, the 15-minute superpower training Zoom. I hope you guys really enjoyed that. I know when I saw that video, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is a must share. It's a life changer. We know that it will help a lot of people. So look, you guys, we love y'all and can't wait to see you on the next one. I'm out.
I cannot confess, drowning in the chaos. I can't catch my I can't catch my drowning in the chaos. I can't catch my to be happy. You and I, we're like diamonds in the sky. You're a shooting star, I see a vision of ecstasy. When you hold me, I'm alive.